Get up and go with Dunken and Carly on demand.
All right, ladies and gents.
Let's get this show started, folks.
Time to rock and roll.
It's the Get Up and Go Show. And today is
Boston Cream Pie Day.
What is Boston cream pie?
Hold on, let me look.
Is it just a cream pie?
I think it's a cream pie with like chocolate, is it not?
Okay, hold on. We're both looking.
Boston cream pie.
Yeah, it looks like it's got chocolate on it. Okay, that looks pretty good.
A cake with a cream filling.
Okay.
It's also National Paralegal Day. Shout out. National Horror Movie Day.
Do you have a favorite?
Not really, because it's so funny. Because when I brought up to our friends that I wanted to go to the Mall of America haunted house.
Yep.
Everybody assumed that I was like this big horror junkie, which I like horror video games. I like looking at that stuff. I like creepy decorations. I've seen literally just The Sixth Sense, and that's it.
Okay. Which isn't really that scary.
People are like, what's your favorite horror movie? I'm like, I have no idea.
Okay.
But I do want to watch like the classics and see which one's my favorite.
Nightmare
I feel like
on
I have
Elm
to.
Street.
That would, I
Freddy
feel like that'd
Krueger.
be really good.
That scarred me for life. My brother showed me it when I was like 6.
Oh, well, that makes sense. That'll do it to you. It's also National iPod Day. I remember I had one of those. I think I had an iPod Shuffle because my parents wouldn't buy me the fancy one. So I had to buy it myself. And
was the iPod Nano a thing?
Yeah. I had a Nano too.
That was a small one, right?
That was a tiny little one, tiny little screen. I had one of those as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when they said the iPod was going to kill radio.
Huh.
And here we are.
Hilarious.
We're like cockroaches. You can't get rid of us. Good morning, everybody.
Is it cockroach? Is that the term?
I think so.
It's Dunken and Carly with What's Trending in Minnesota on the 106.9 KROC app.
On the 106.9 KROC app right now, you can check out the Halloween events guide. It is full of attractions and events going on now through Halloween all around southeast Minnesota, including one in Inver Grove Heights, the Nowhere Haunted House. This one's a little different, Carly. They have 4 different levels of tours through their haunted house. You can take the No Scare tour and go behind the scenes to watch how it works.
That'd be really cool.
That's kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, and then it's good for kids too.
And then all the way up to the 18 plus nights where you have to sign a waiver. And their actors can and will touch and grab you.
Nope.
No way. Keep your paws off of me.
It was enough for me at the Mall of America haunted house when they were like in your face, like they were inches from my face.
Yeah.
That was enough. I don't need you. I like knowing that I will not be touched, you know?
Yep.
You can scare me, but the knowing in the back of my mind that I'm okay, no one's going to touch me, like, good, great, love that. This would not go well.
No.
Someone would get punched.
So that's the 18 plus nights. You can also just go through and not have them touch you.
The regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a low scare one. They have a regular haunted house.
But they also have an arcade and family-friendly mini golf.
Fun.
And they've got escape rooms.
That's really cool.
All there on site. So you can make a whole night out of it.
And it's a year-round thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if the haunted portion, like the haunted house portion, is open year-round?
I doubt it.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like it might just be the like
arcade and the mini golf.
Yeah, that's open year-round, but it's still spooky themed. So
it's really cool looking.
it is very cool.
I've never been, but I want to go.
Celebrity Soundbites on 106.9 KROC.
Kelly Clarkson recently criticized the NFL for prioritizing the Taylor-Travis relationship over football.
A lot of people have said similar things.
I heard, too, recently, I didn't get to see it, but I've heard everybody talking about it when Taylor surprised and Kelsey was on there as well. Was that, I mean, because that's hilarious how the commentators, it's not hilarious how it is literally taking over the NFL for people that like watching sports now.
And like,
but
you have to watch like a tutorial.
it's like you're watching Housewives while you're watching. Yeah, they're just talking about gossip things and you're like, so what about the play?
Right.
I agree that at the beginning, it was too much. It was constant clips of Taylor constantly talking about it. Now, I haven't watched many of the games, but I feel like it's gotten better.
I think they toned it down a little bit, but it is still.
Yeah. If she's there, it's still a large topic.
And the post game is too, like...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because this morning they're talking about her and Brittany Mahomes, like their little secret handshake they did during the game. Cool. That's all. They're not talking about the game. They're talking about the secret handshake.
What the heck? Like, yeah, okay, that is frustrating. However, a lot of people know how you and I feel about Kelly Clarkson.
Well...
And so her saying this just like irks me in a way that it shouldn't.
It's irked a lot of people. She had to go on Instagram and like set the record straight.
Yeah, she backtracked on Instagram and said, I didn't bash anyone's romance. I am pro-romance. Yay, romance. Okay, Kelly. Did y'all even watch what I actually said on my show? I just said I want to watch football when I tune in to watch football. Seems an appropriate request. Which it is.
It is, yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
There are things that you don't talk about, though. You don't talk about Taylor Swift in a negative way.
Yeah.
You just don't do it. In other news, Rihanna.
Well, I'm pretty sure she says Rihanna.
Rihanna. Okay, let's go with that. She's planning a major comeback. It's about time.
I know.
A big tour. She apparently signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Live Nation. She's going to go on tour. She's got 2 new albums in the works. But we don't have any concrete details at this point.
Right. And I mean, we all wanted her to go on tour after the Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, she was pregnant, so
about time.
She's kind of busy with that baby.
A little busy.
Yeah. So now maybe things have settled down a little bit and she can get out on the road. That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Get up and go with Dunken and Carly on 106.9 KROC.
Let's talk food this morning, Carly. Does your family have a recipe that has been handed down from generation to generation?
Yes.
What is it?
Lefse.
Oh, the lefse. Okay.
Yeah. So my grandma's handwriting. I've got it in a little sleeve thing. There's been water that's gotten on it, so it's bleeding a little bit.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So does that lefse taste any different than any other lefse?
I mean, probably not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But like I have all their tips and tricks from when they would make it.
Yeah.
And then it was passed down to us as our responsibility to make it every holiday season.
Speaking of holiday treats, let's say good morning to Daylin, who says her family has passed down the recipe for Christmas cookies. What makes them so special, Daylin?
They are made with sour cream.
Oh.
It makes them extra fluffy.
Okay, I'll have to try that. 67% of people say they have a family recipe that's been passed down.
Nice.
I don't.
Well, call your mom then.
I mean, my mom was like the queen of like hamburger helper.
Oh, well.
And that recipe is on the back of every box.
Did she even put in a little special spice or anything like that?
I don't think so.
News or snooze with Dunken and Carly on 106.9 KROC.
If you are planning on heading to a Wild game this season and you don't have a jersey, you don't have something to wear, don't go and drop a whole bunch of money on a jersey because there's a guy who has started a little side hustle renting out Wild jerseys for games.
This is brilliant.
Which is a really good idea. He's just kind of collected these jerseys and then people have asked, like friends have asked to borrow them. And he was like, well, this could be a thing.
It is a thing now, right?
It is a thing because jerseys are so expensive. But this guy, if you want to rent a jersey for a game, you let him know when the game is, what jersey you want to rent. You pick if you want it delivered to you or if you just want to go pick it up. And then you wear the jersey to the game and then you drop it back off at their pop-up shop that they have in St. Paul. And it costs between $20 and $25.
Boom.
Great idea. We've got all the details about that on our app. There is a 13-year-old Minnesota dancer who was selected to dance with the Rockettes at Radio City Music Hall in New York City this holiday season.
Oh, the world-famous high-kicking Rockette.
It's a part of that show. She is not a Rockette, but during the Christmas Spectacular, they have a ballet portion that that's the Nutcracker. So she is the lead in the Nutcracker portion.
At 13?
At 13.
That's pretty awesome.
So she'll be performing twice a day. Super cool that she was picked for this. And finally, Austin, Minnesota might become a destination for whitewater rafting.
Tell me more.
Which is so wild.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, right? And so there's a portion of the Cedar River that flows through Austin.
Okay.
And apparently there's a chunk of that river in Iowa that has been turned into this like whitewater rafting course, kind of. So people can rent tubes, they can rent paddle boards, they can rent kayaks, and go down these kind of man-made rapids a little bit.
Yep.
Like they maneuver the river in a way to make it a little choppy. And there's also a plan. If this happens in Austin, there's a plan to have different like picnic areas and hangout spots along the river. And
That'd be cool.
It'd be really cool. And it'd be close to some shops too, is my understanding. So then it'll boost the economy in Austin as well. So hopefully this will happen. I mean, if it does happen, they're not gonna break ground until 2026, if I'm remembering correctly. So we've got a little bit of time, a little bit of waiting that we got to do because they got to raise a lot of money. Hormel. They are hoping for Hormel to cough up a lot of
Hormel
money.
pays for everything there. Mayo pays for everything here. That's how it works.
But it looks super cool. I think it's a great idea. We've got pictures of the mock-up on the 106.9 KROC app.
This is 106.9 KROC with Dunken and Carly.
I always love these that are, here's what X says about your personality.
Okay.
I love them.
What are we doing today?
So I have what your sleeping style says about your personality.
Ooh, I'm an awful sleeper.
And your relationship. Mostly your relationship.
Oh.
How you interact with your partner while you sleep.
Okay. Keep your distance.
This is according to a new article by Best Life magazine, by the way.
Okay.
So how do you and your wife sleep? Do you cuddle? Are you separated?
There's no cuddling.
Do you face each other? Do you face away from each other?
Face away from each other.
Okay. Do you take up a lot of space or do you guys kind of keep to your own sides?
We stay on our own side. There are times at 2:00 in the morning I'm cuddling up to her.
So most of the time you're sleeping separate, facing away from each other.
Yep.
This may indicate a need for personal space or a temporary decrease in intimacy due to arguments or external factors.
There is tension in the Duncan household.
Dun, dun, dun. And then when you, in the middle of the night, randomly intertwine with her, it indicates a deep and passionate connection with strong emotional and physical desires for closeness.
Yeah, there's some physical desire there.
So in the middle of sleeping, your subconscious self says, wait, actually.
I love you. I need to be with you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay.
So I also sleep facing away from my husband usually. Sometimes we face each other. A lot of the times I fall asleep facing away from him, though.
I think that would be weird, facing each other, falling asleep, staring at each other.
We're not close. Okay. We're not close. We're on our own sides of the bed, but still. Facing each other while you sleep signifies emotional and physical closeness, trust, and a strong bond, which that's positive. That's good.
Okay. So who actually did the study? It was published by Best Life magazine or whatever.
It just says experts.
Okay. So it's complete BS.
Maybe.
Dunken and Carly, weekday mornings on 106.9 KROC.